What's up, my fresh pot of dude with cream and duder? My name's Skillet, and I'm a songwriter who enjoys watching the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, taking songwriting advice from the best performing songs in the country. Now, this week, since we already got some predictions to check in on, we're going to go ahead and do that. First of all, my first prediction was that Circles would remain in the top 3, which I just barely guessed correctly. So Circles is now number 3 this week. It is no surprise to me, but there was a whole lot of drama going on with The Box and with Yummy by Justin Bieber that pushed Post Malone out of number 1, but we'll get to that. My second prediction was that Memories by Maroon 5 was going to stay in the top 10, which it totally did. It only went down 2 slots, stayed directly underneath Post Malone, but hey, that counts. My first incorrect prediction of last week was that The Box was going to fall off, and it actually went up to number 1, and I see where my error was, so let's talk about that. Part of my reasoning about why I thought The Box was going to fall off was because it was the shortest lived chart performer on the top 10, and for that reason, I should have actually predicted the opposite. See, since it was on the charts for the shortest amount of time and it was so high on the charts, I should have expected that it was a really hot song and that it was going to keep building. But I didn't. And I let my personal opinions of the song get in the way of that, so we will calibrate. My fourth prediction was that Someone You Loved would stay from number 5 to number 10 in the top 10, but that it wasn't going to break number 5. This was exactly on the money. Someone You Loved fell down to number 6. So that's directly in that little window. And so my next prediction after that was that Good as Hell was going to climb the charts. And I was wrong again. So Good as Hell fell 2 slots down to number 8. And the fact that it's already peaked at number 3, maybe I should have saw that coming. It's had its time up at the top of the charts, but you never know. It could come back into the meta and go back up, who knows? So we'll keep an eye on that. Prediction number 6 was that Dance Monkey was going to linger for a while and then drop, and linger it has. Dance Monkey has remained at number 7 this week, so it hasn't gone anywhere, but that doesn't necessarily negate my prediction, so we'll still have to keep track of that. Now, I had said that I thought that 10,000 Hours was a song that was suited for the hot 30 to 40, maybe even 50 range. Now, while that wasn't necessarily incorrect, what I didn't predict was Justin Bieber's release of the song Yummy was going to make this song a lot more popular. So due to Justin's star power, 10,000 Hours shot up 4 more slots. And to be honest, I think that that's going to keep going, so I don't think that 10,000 Hours is going to set up in that 30 to 40 campground for a little bit longer than I originally anticipated. And for the final prediction, I had guessed that Selena Gomez was going to drop off a little bit soon, and she remained exactly at number 10. So again, it doesn't necessarily negate the prediction, but I do have to admit I didn't think it was going to still be in the top 10 this week, so I'll take the L on that one. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about what the top 10 looks like this week. So number 1 this week is The Box, which I will take a big juicy L on because I didn't see this coming. I think Justin Bieber trying so hard to get number 1 this week has a lot to do with The Box being up there. Now that being said, I listened to the song again today, and I gotta say it's a lot better now that I've kind of had time to sit on it. That that still kind of makes me laugh. It turns out it has a lot more melodic context than I originally was willing to see. The way that it sits in the chord changes and it kind of bounces off the bass and the chords that follow behind it, it all actually fits really well, and it's kind of a cool, interesting little like melodic onomatopoeia that kind of sits in the back and plays off of the rest of the music. That part wound up actually being one of my favorite parts of the song now. So The Box, pretty alright song. And with that, we get down to Yummy, Justin Bieber, at number 2. Now there has been a fair amount of drama surrounding Justin Bieber and his attempts to promote this song. But first, I want to talk a little bit more about the structure of the song, how it was written, what have you. This song is definitely a laboratory pop song, which is what we should expect from anything by Justin Bieber, considering the amount of star power and money going behind anything that this kid puts out. Super repetitive, super, it's an ear bug, I guess. It's definitely not burrowing into my head, but for its target audience, I imagine that it's very effective. The second verse did play off of the same kind of themes melodically, but he had more runs in there, and it was a lot more interesting, so props to him. He is an excellent vocalist, and he's very skilled, and has a big library of melodic phrasings that he can choose from, and you know, he always utilizes that, so I do have to give him credit as a performer in that aspect. Definitely the bass line is the best part about this song. It definitely stole the whole show. The production is fantastic. Even I think it's the bridge, they had some of the super reverbed out echoey vocals in the back that I really enjoyed. Super good. So the producer on this song, who actually, I need to look that up, Pooh Bear, Kid Culture, and Sasha Satora. So, yeah, I think a majority of the credit that I'm going to give to this song goes to Pooh Bear, Kid Culture, and Sasha Satora. I'm not entirely sure what each one of their roles were in this, but yeah, the beat is fantastic. It's not groundbreaking by any means, but the textures, the sounds that they used were really pleasant and pretty much right up my alley. I liked it a lot. One thing about the whole feel of the song, the music video and everything, is that it feels like, even after all this time that Justin Bieber took off, that he's coming back and he's still like appealing to the same age group. He's still maybe a little bit older, so like 16 to 19, 20-year-old girls. And I'm not going to put this on Justin because he has so many people behind the scenes that are calling shots for him. However, it just feels like that's where a lot of the Justin Bieber hate is getting revived. I think there's something to be said about pop stars, like let's take Justin Timberlake, for example, who did appeal to the teenage audience when he was, you know, younger, and it was less creepy. And then as he gets older, those, how do I put this? That sexual energy got channeled towards people his own age. How fucking old are you, dude? But Justin is like 25, 26 years old, and I don't really imagine people that age losing their shit over his image, you know, with the pink hair, the pink hoodie and everything, until he takes the hoodie off and he's, you know, got all the tattoos and he's a very attractive dude. But it just definitely feels like he's targeting this at an age group that is officially creepy for him to target. That's just my personal opinion, and again, there's so many people that tell him what his image is that I'm not even going to put that on him. Then there's the whole drama about his Instagram post about telling people from other countries to download a VPN, say that they're from the United States, and stream the song while they're sleeping. His team is so desperate to get this song to #1, when I feel like if they would have just left it alone, it kind of would have hit it by itself. The fact that this song is, in my opinion, so much weaker than a lot of his past hits, it really reflects in his team's confidence in the song to perform well. I think they know how much of a downgrade this song is from his previous work, and I think that they're scrambling to try and make sure that, you know, what is it, they're trying to get his 6th #1 or something like that, which is, it's like, bro, you had 5 #1s and you have a dedicated fan base, and the people who used to hate you are older now and they don't hate you as much. Like, just let it happen, and if you release better music, it'll perform better. So now as we move on down, we've got Circles and Memories. They both move down 2 slots together, so they're at number 3 and 4. Not really surprised to see that. Circles has been on the charts for a good 19 weeks, and it did peak at #1, so not entirely sure if that's going to stay much longer, just because, you know, songs get old. Being said, I've been listening to this song like crazy. Circles and Memories, actually. The day that I made that first video, I learned both of them on guitar, and I've just been playing them nonstop. I absolutely love these songs. 10,000 Hours, coming back to that, went up to number 5. As I said before, I didn't anticipate that Justin Bieber's relevance at the moment was going to contribute to this song rising up, but that was a pretty big curveball, and a really good play on the producer's end of things and the marketers. Good move for Dan and Shay to let Justin Bieber on this song. I shouldn't say let. When you're at that level, the decisions kind of get made for you. So whoever did make that call, good call, dude. And we keep going down. It's a lot of the same songs this week. Someone You Loved, Dance Monkey, Good as Hell, Roxanne, and Lose You to Love Me. Played Roxanne a few more times this week, and I like this song a lot more than I originally did. I can't really say particularly why I like it more than The Box, because it's a little more up my alley. It's a little poppier, a little lighter feel. It doesn't take itself too seriously. A pretty notable jump this week that I want to kind of take notice at is a little bit lower in the charts, but at number 35, High Fashion, Roddy Ricch featuring Mustard, so another Roddy Ricch track, hopped up 35 slots. So this went from number 70 to number 35, and dude's got the sauce right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of his singles jumping up like this as The Box is sitting at number 1, especially with this whole thing that's kind of been created of Roddy Ricch versus Justin Bieber. And I'm not going to say that any of that was done on purpose, but it's certainly going to contribute to Roddy Ricch's career doing a little bit better. So without wasting a whole lot of time talking about a whole lot of nothing happening this week, let's go ahead and get into our predictions for the next week, the third week of 2020. Let's do it. First prediction for next week. The Box will continue to box out Justin Bieber from number 1. People are really rooting for the underdog here, and if you're active in the YouTube community at all, I don't really have to tell you how people feel about how Justin Bieber's promoting his new song, and for that reason, I feel like The Box has a really good chance of maintaining its position right now. Now, prediction number 2 is that at some point, Yummy will get number 1. And like I said, it's definitely probably one of the weaker of Justin Bieber songs, and it's still probably going to hit number 1 because he's got so much money going into promoting this, and he does have a dedicated fan base. I do think that with how hard he's trying, it has to hit number 1 at some point, but I would love to be proved wrong. You know, I want the dude to just have an organic career. My third prediction is actually going to go directly against my second prediction, and I'm going to predict that if Yummy doesn't get number 1, that Circles is going to contribute to Yummy getting boxed out. So we're getting a little specific, but hey, let's see what we got here. My fourth prediction is that Memories is going to go down to the between 5 and 10 slot. Pretty much the same prediction that I made of Someone You Loved last week. It's just my gut feeling, bro. Don't ask me to justify it. I'm going to maintain last week's predictions on Dance Monkey and Selena Gomez. I'm not withdrawing my stock in that. I still stand by it. They're going to drop off. 3 of my predictions were correct, dead ringers. 2 of them were just flat out wrong. And 3 of them we have yet to see. They are outstanding predictions, and so we will keep running with that. And we have 6 new ones for next week. So if you're interested, go ahead, tune in next week, see what we got. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and go ahead and grab yourself a cup of dude on the way out. Who's that dude? Joe. Like a cup of Joe? Joe's my dude.